The playoffs are just around the corner, and with just one game left in the regular season, I think it's a good time to rank every team in the playoffs. The list will go from 20 to 1 based on how likely I feel like you are to win the finals. Starting at the bottom, at number 20, I have the Golden State Warriors. Steph just recently came back, but they just lost to the Kings in a game they played and will enter as the 10 seed, meaning they will need to win 2 games just to be rewarded with the Thunder in round 1. Ever since Jimmy got hurt, their season has been over, and with Moses Moody possibly out until 2028, this season's been nothing short of a disaster. At 19, I have the Portland Trail Blazers. The Blazers have been floating in the play-in basically the whole season and will be the 8th seed with a win on Sunday. This may seem kind of low, but I don't think this team is built for the playoffs, and they may try to lose in the play-in on purpose because if they make the playoffs, they lose their first round pick. At 18, I have the Miami Heat. This team has honestly been playing terrible the last month, and their defense has been some of the worst in the NBA as of late. They will be the 10 seed going in just like last year, but with having to more than likely play the Hornets in the first game, I doubt this team wins unless something crazy happens. Right after them at number 17 is the LA Clippers. They just recently lost their biggest game of the year to the Blazers, dropping them to the 9 seed, but I trust them more than some of the other play-in teams. With Darius Garland playing good, and obviously Kawhi Leonard, experienced Clippers should be just fine getting out the play-in. At 16, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. They recently just lost Joel Embiid for more than likely the rest of the season, and it just sucks because his last few playoff runs have just been riddled with injuries. But coming in at the 8 seed, they only need to win 1 play-in game to get into the playoffs and will definitely need big performances from Maxey and George to do so. At 15, a team that had basically no expectations coming into the year, the Phoenix Suns, have shockingly locked up the 7 seed and will play either the Blazers or Clippers at their home court. The Suns are a good defensive team, but I feel like Dillon Brooks as your second scoring option will only take you so far, even if you make it. Their center rotation can definitely cause a top seed issues in the first round, with Maluak bursting onto the scene as well as Mark Williams. At 14, I have the Toronto Raptors. Coming in as the 6th seed with a win on Sunday, they would play the New York Knicks in round 1. This is a nightmare matchup for them in my opinion, as the Knicks match up great versus them, and I feel like the Raptors' lack of scoring will ultimately bring them down in the playoffs. The 13th slot brings me the Orlando Magic. With the expectations coming into the year, this is a disappointing scenario they are in, but they are also playing good and getting healthy at the right time. They are riding a 5-game win streak with Anthony Black returning and Franz being back as well. Assuming they make it, this will be their 3rd straight year making the playoffs as they look to advance to the 2nd round for the first time in that stretch. At number 12, I have the Atlanta Hawks, who have probably been the most shocking team in the second half, being 26-31 at one point to currently being 46-35 with 1 game left. I am very interested in seeing what Jalen Johnson can do as the first option in a playoff series, and what Nick Yule can do as well, as he's been playing great as of late. At 11, I have the Los Angeles Lakers. They will be without Luka and Austin Reeves for more than likely the first round, but LeBron can give me some encouragement as he's been amazing as a first option in the 3 games he has been. Having locked up home court advantage for the first round, a win and Nuggets loss on Sunday would get the Lakers the 3 seed, but in my opinion, I wouldn't want that. They should aim for a series with the Rockets and not the Wolves, as it is a better matchup. At number 10, I have the Houston Rockets. They have probably been the weirdest team this year, and I still don't know how to feel about them. Their half-court offense, I believe, will be an issue once again in the playoffs, but they will get the easiest top 4 seed matchup more than likely with the Lakers, so you can probably book them into the 2nd round now. At number 9, and this may be shocking, I have the Charlotte Hornets. I understand they technically haven't even clinched a playoff spot yet, but I feel like this is comfortably the best play-in team, and if they get matched up with the Pistons, things can definitely get interesting. The hard part of this, however, is that they will need to win 2 straight games just to get in. At number 8, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. They really haven't been playing great this year, but I still think this is the 4th best team in the West. Anthony Edwards has been a proven playoff riser and have been the underdog in just about every series in the last 2 years. Julius Randle seriously has to be better, though, if they are serious about making a run. At number 7, and in my opinion, the team with the most pressure, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They will probably have a favorable matchup with the Hawks in round 1, but they cannot try to sleepwalk it. They have consistently collapsed in the playoffs, and with James Harden now, things get scary. However, this team is loaded with stars and depth. At number 6, and this may be shocking, I have the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are one of my favorite teams in the league, but I feel like Cade will only be able to do so much. Their defense is great, but without a proven second scoring option, I can't have great trust in them. Going into the top 5, at number 5, I have the New York Knicks. They have the experience under their belt, and they also feel like a finals or bust team. They have been extremely streaky this year, but they are built for playoff basketball. Jalen Brunson is probably the biggest playoff riser in the league, but I think Cat can be an issue in later rounds. At number 4, I have the Denver Nuggets. They are currently on an 11-game win streak and are the hottest team in basketball at the right time. They have arguably the best player in the world in Jokic and a great second option in Jamal Murray, but this team will go as far as their depth will take them. Bruce Brown and Cam Johnson have to be better if they want to knock off a top seed and go to to the finals. With the last Eastern Conference team, at number 3 I have the Boston Celtics. It's crazy in how a quote-unquote gap year they are the 2 seed, and with the most playoff experience in the league with their core, they are a very safe bet to be the team coming out of the East. A big question they will have, though, is will Tatum be close to his old self and really give them an edge in that regard? At number 2, I have the San Antonio Spurs. It is honestly crazy how good this team has been in just their first year of true contention. Wemby will make his first playoff appearance, and his defense in a playoff series will literally be league-altering. They will also rely heavily on the guard play with Castle, Fox, and Dylan Harper. And finally, at the number 1 spot, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder. The reigning champs haven't really looked too different from last year, but they are not completely flawless in my opinion. Jalen Williams hasn't really looked great at any point this year, and that is huge for them. He is their second option and is supposed to take a big load of off Shy. This team's depth and defense, however, will simply kill you. They have been the best team in the league basically all year as they look to go back to back. That'll conclude the video, and let me know how you feel about the list and if you would change anything about it, and thanks for watching.